Hello, I'm Paul Ingle from Fortress Technology, and I'm a technical development manager. So I work on the new equipment and the R&D that we do. Yeah, so one of the big ones is validation. So if you're printing information on your pack, you really need to check that it's there. So if there's a sell by date, a use by date, a batch code, or if you're listing allergens on your ingredients list, that's also a legal requirement that you verify that those allergens are there. So that's what our system is designed for. So we're looking to do label verification and also read characters, texts, barcodes, QR codes, and even promotional images, identify them and make sure that they're on the packs. Yes, so Fortress is quite fortunate in that we produce the machines in the United Kingdom and don't import them. So we have control over the full design and construction of the units. So we are uniquely placed to provide combination systems and combinations of technologies, such as a checkweigher metal detector vision system or an X-ray checkweigher vision system, or any permutation of. So we can utilize our engineering expertise to even the most challenging of requirements. Yes, very much so. So when you have separate systems which are not harmonized, you've got basically 3 times the work to do. You have to learn 3 different separate platforms. You then have to be able to utilize each one. It's far simpler and far easier to deploy one central unit that you then program, which can handle all of the tasks that are needed. It cuts down on complexity, staff training, and makes the whole deployment of an inspection device far easier. There's nothing more complicated than having multiple machines with multiple different softwares, different menus. It can get really complicated for the operators and for the site. So our aim is to simplify that, harmonize it all within one software that is very easy to use and simple, because having complexity is not good for anyone. It's not good for the manufacturer, and it's definitely not good for the use of the equipment. Yeah, and that's a very good question. So our whole business is for contaminant detection. So it is an overwhelming task. We would usually recommend that it's all about the process, so evaluating the process. Does the product get mixed? Does it get blended? Does it get sliced? These are all risks. So it's all about identifying the different transfer points and seeing what is the risk of that. If this piece of equipment, i.e. a mixer, breaks, where does that then go? And then mitigating those risks, sometimes with a control point in line, in process, or either at the end of line when the final package has been complete. The only rule of thumb or a good guide that I would recommend is the earlier in the process you can detect, the more likely you are to find the contaminant. When a contaminant or a metal shard, for example, has gone through a mixing, blending, grinding process, the fragments are now much, much smaller. So end of line gets far more challenging. It's much easier to put a metal detector maybe in the early stages of the process, catch the bigger piece of metal before it is worked into a smaller item. Yeah. So X-ray excels in finding very hard objects in very soft objects, as a small summary. So one of the things X-rays will struggle with is any types of foil. So aluminium foil, for example, a lot of metal detectable hair nets have a little foil element inside them. This is very difficult to detect on an X-ray. The X-ray power will just see straight through it and it's not detectable. Obviously a metal detector, on the other hand, this is something that is highly conductive, so it is detectable for a metal detector. So it's about utilising the technologies where required and deploying the right solution for the right risk, and that's ultimately our goal.